So, update, camera has been found. Oh my God, I'm so pleased. I had indeed left it in that couple's car, but they've gone back to the hotel, still not realising it was in the back seat of their car, but it's been located. So I'm really, really happy about that. However, I have a little bit of a moan. So, this morning when I realised the camera is missing, I immediately called Sherpa Vans, I think that's what it's called, and they're the company that move your luggage along the route to all your different hotels. They were fantastic. She immediately calls her driver, and he has access to the pub even when it's closed. He was able to search the room that we stayed in, also search the bar area and everything, and reported back there's no camera to be found. And you know, I was, where could it be? You know, it's over there on this couple's car. So I then called the hotel when they opened at 12, and I spoke to a lady who was very accommodating. I said, what can we do? You know, is there any way to track this couple? I know you can't give me their data, but is there any way that you can contact them if you've got a telephone number for them and see if I've left the camera in my car, in their car? Because then I could make arrangements with them. I allowed her to give them my number, make arrangement to meet up with them, get the camera back. And then, of course, I knew there's no way this man and his wife, who, such a nice couple, gave us a lift, and he, being a retired police officer, is going to steal my camera, right? So I know I've lost it somewhere. I didn't think at 1 minute that, you know, the staff in the pub or anybody else, this couple had deliberately taken my camera. And as I've said repeatedly throughout these videos, the people down here are like a whole different breed of humans. They are so friendly, it's so trustworthy. Everyone's just great. They're completely different to Londoners. So with that said, I talked to I'm assuming she's a barmaid. She works in the Black Bull in Nately. I talked to her on the phone. I tell her several times how grateful I am for her help. I tell her at the end, I really appreciate you. She goes off to see if she can locate a number for these guys, and she can't, and then the pub shuts. So I had to wait until after 3 to call them back. I speak to her again, and again, I tell her how much I appreciate her. And in between that, I had a conversation with my partner, and he said to me, well, do they have CCTV in the pub? And I thought, sure, I saw some. So I said this to her, do you have CCTV in the pub? And they do, but of course, she didn't have access to it. So she said to me, listen, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call my boss, Gemma, and see if we can access this. So I sort of give her a description of my clothing and that, just so that it makes it easier for them to locate me and see if I left the premises with the camera. Again, the last thing I said to Gemma, no, sorry, not Gemma, to the member of staff was, I really appreciate what you're doing for me here. Anyway, half hour later, I get a call from Gemma, who is the manager or owner of the Black Bull in Gately. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm profoundly deaf. So all the time I'm talking about making calls, I'm not actually making these calls. My 12-year-old child is. And I'm able to talk into the phone, but we've got it on loudspeaker, and he's having to relay to me what's being said. So they know this. So this Gemma, the owner, the manager, whoever she is called, immediately questioned what this conversation is. Riley says to her, my mum's profoundly deaf and she can't hear you. So she has that information, and she turns around and she says to my son, I don't appreciate you being rude and accusing my staff of stealing your camera. What? Just what? Who was rude? Now, I will agree, I was highly stressed. My voice might have sounded, I'm guilty, but my words were saying something completely different. As I've said to you, I constantly thanked her and told her how appreciative I was of the help that she was giving me. I said to her, I never once was rude. I certainly never accused anybody of theft. And her response to, well, my staff felt like you thought they had stolen something. Oh, well, that's slightly different, isn't it? They felt that. I never said that. They felt that. I mean, you couldn't make it up. And I mean, the fact that I'd said to this girl how thankful I was. Did she need some attention today or something? She's gone back to her boss and said I accused her of theft, or I made her feel like that. I mean, honestly, I'm just shocked that this manager, this owner of this pub hotel, felt that it was necessary to say that to my 12-year-old son. So yes, I will be writing a review on it. But right now, I'm just entirely grateful to everybody from Sherpa Vans, who helped me this morning. And I would have been saying I'm really grateful to the girl at the Black Bull pub in Nately. However, any gratefulness that I felt has kind of gone out the window when she's made these unfounded accusations about me. But I'm just happy to get my camera back at this point. You know, what can one do? I just think she needs a bit of extra attention today. That's what it is.